The human mind is a field where ideas either become reality or vanish in the dust of doubt. Everything you touch today, everything you use, wear, walk on, or consume, was once invisible. It all started as a fragile image in the mind of someone who dared to believe before they could see. And that's the breaking point between those who live life as extras and those who turn it into a masterpiece. The ability to see what doesn't exist yet, to build with eyes closed and faith fully lit. When Henry Ford looked at the future, he didn't see faster horses. He saw wheels, engines, roads. He saw a world in motion, while everyone else was stuck in stillness. He saw freedom where others saw limitation. And that wasn't just vision. That was belief. A conviction so strong no outside doubt could extinguish it. And what happened when he shared that vision? They laughed. They dismissed him. They ridiculed him. But the truth is simple. The world doesn't recognize a genius until he turns his madness into reality. The same applies to you. Your dream, your idea, your project. It will seem strange, distant, out of reach, until you make it unavoidable. The power of belief isn't about convincing the world. It's about not needing to. It's about continuing, building, refining, even when all is silent, even when failure echoes in your mind, whispering that it's time to quit, even when no one else believes, as long as you still do. Believing in what doesn't exist yet is an art. It's a commitment to the invisible. It's declaring to the universe, I see it. I feel it. I already am. Even when you're alone, even when everything around you tries to convince you otherwise, you don't need external proof to affirm your inner greatness. True visionaries live in the future first, and then return to bring it to life. Lincoln dreamed of freedom while chains still dragged through the streets. Disney imagined castles in a world at war. Carnegie spoke of prosperity while millions barely survived. They didn't bow to the present. They anchored themselves in the future. And it was this epic, almost blind conviction that turned the invisible into something concrete, tangible, and eternal. But the world will test you. It will place mirrors in front of you saying, this is all you are. It will try to trap you in the now. It will laugh at your vision. It will try to shrink your thoughts down to the size of collective mediocrity. And that's exactly when you must be unshakable on the inside and relentless on the outside. This isn't just about positive thinking. It's about building mental structure to hold your vision. It's about turning faith into discipline, hope into work, a dream into a system. Because belief without action is self-deception. But action fueled by vision, that's how you create miracles with your own two hands. The world is full of sleeping dreamers. What it lacks is those who wake up with courage, those who look at the invisible with hunger, with fire in their eyes, with clenched fists and a burning heart. Because when you truly believe, you work as if it's already yours. You act as if you've already become it. You live like you're already there. And it doesn't matter where you are right now. The starting point has never been the problem. It doesn't matter if you come from nothing, if no one taught you, if they told you you couldn't. Because true revolution begins in the invisible. Real change starts with what you believe about yourself. Henry Ford built the future with a hammer and belief. He didn't ask for permission to believe. He didn't seek validation from the weak. He just moved. And that's what you must do. Because if you don't believe first, no one else ever will. The world is convinced by results, but results are born from vision. You are the author of your own reality. Your belief is the ink. Your life is the paper. And every action you take is a sentence that writes the direction of your story. So write with courage. Write with intention. Write even when the world tries to rip the pen from your hand. Believing in what doesn't exist yet is a challenge for the few. But it's those few who shape the destiny of many. But the world will test you. It will hold mirrors in front of you and say, "Look, this is all you'll ever be." It will try to trap you in the present. It will laugh at your vision. It will attempt to shrink your thoughts down to the size of collective mediocrity. And that's the moment where you must be unshakable inside and relentless outside. This isn't just about positive thinking. It's about building a mental structure strong enough to support your vision. It's about turning faith into discipline, hope into action, a dream into a system. Because believing without action is just self-deception. But acting based on vision, that's how you perform miracles with your own two hands. The world is full of sleeping dreamers. What's missing are the ones who wake up with courage, the ones who look at the invisible with hunger, with fire in their eyes, with clenched fists and a burning heart. Because those who truly believe work like they already have it. Act like they've already become it. Live like they're already there. And it doesn't matter where you are right now. The starting point has never been the problem. It doesn't matter if you came from nothing, if no one taught you, if they told you that you couldn't. Because real revolution begins in the invisible. True change starts with what you believe about yourself. Henry Ford built the future with a hammer and belief. He didn't ask for permission to believe. He didn't seek approval from the weak. He simply acted. And that's exactly what you must do. Because if you don't believe first, no one else will believe after. The world is convinced by results, but results are born from vision. You are the author of your reality. Your belief is the ink. Your life is the paper. And every action you take is a sentence that shapes your story. So write with courage. Write with intention. Write even when the world tries to rip the pen from your hands. Believing in what doesn't exist yet is a challenge for the few. But it's those few who shape the destiny of many. The truth is, most people wait to see before they believe. But the builders, the doers, believe before they see. They treat their vision like a sacred seed. They water it with consistency, shield it from doubt, feed it with discipline. And at first, nothing seems to happen. But the invisible is at work, in silence, in depth, with power. Don't be fooled by a slow beginning. Every strong structure starts buried. Every solid tree spends years growing downward before it ever breaks through the soil. Your vision is the same. It needs roots before it can bloom. And roots are built through resilience. Believing in what doesn't exist yet is a constant battle against what you can see. It's standing up to the tangible in order to protect what still lives inside you. It's having the courage to be called naive, a dreamer, even insane, and still pressing forward. Because every masterpiece began with a man or woman who dared to see what others refused to even look at. Don't wait for your vision to be validated. Many won't understand. Some will mock it. Others will try to pull you back into their version of reality. But realism doesn't build the future. Realism just keeps the past dressed in new clothes. And you weren't born to repeat. You were born to begin. Those who believe before they see carry the weight of solitude. But they also carry the privilege of creation. Because by the time the world finally sees what you've been seeing, you'll already be building the next impossible. And when they doubt you, when they say it's too late, or too early, or not your place, smile. Because that's the background music of transformation. Every visionary dances in silence before the applause ever starts. Every builder of the future is, first, a purposeful loner. Keep your vision alive. Protect it like it's the most important thing you have, because it is. And when everything around you seems to be falling apart, first, close your eyes and see it again. Because the image you carry inside you is more powerful than the reality that surrounds you. That's the secret of the great ones. They don't live according to the world as it is. They live according to the world as it could be. They don't accept circumstances as destiny. They bend reality with the force of an unshakable belief. Ford didn't see engines. He saw freedom. Lincoln didn't see votes. He saw dignity. Walt Disney didn't see an empty field. He saw an empire of imagination. Because real vision is like a light in the middle of the night. The one who carries it never gets lost. And you can't afford to get lost either. Believing in what doesn't exist yet is an act of war against mediocrity. It's an act of faith against doubt. And above all, it's an act of self-love. Because when you believe in something big, something greater, something that doesn't even have form yet, deep down, you're remembering who you really are. You're reclaiming what the world tried to erase. And that's the kind of power no crisis can steal, no failure can destroy. The power of believing in what doesn't exist yet.